another week, another episode. I have to give you an Arcane update because, as you probably know, I'm completely obsessed. And it's quite a sad update. Apparently, large portions of season 2 were leaked online. There was a massive breach at Netflix, and release date's only November, but apparently you can get quite a substantial amount of season 2 online now. So a sad day for Arcane fans.
It is, yeah. And I don't know why people would do that. Why can't you just wait and just kind of get your dose of the content when it's ready? But again, people are hungry for it, so they want to go and do silly things.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it still, but I feel like I've been deprived of the build-up now because all the fan analyses of the teasers and the fan theories about what might happen and how the characters are going to develop. I mean, all of that's going to go away now because it's the stuff is out there live. So yeah, sad day, but. I suppose when you're working in a tech-forward environment, these things do happen. And again, AI is becoming an increasingly powerful tool in fields traditionally dominated by human expertise. But key challenges remain. And today we're going to be discussing AI in the maths and science fields. So while AI can accelerate research and solve complex problems, its reliability isn't always consistent. This inconsistency obviously raises concerns, especially in high stakes areas like drug design and climate modeling. And in a recent discussion, renowned mathematician Terry Tao highlighted AI's potential to transform mathematical research and collaboration. And he actually compared it to a powerful new invention like the jet engine at the time, suggesting it would change science and maths in big ways. So, Raj, your thoughts? How is AI already making a difference in these fields, and what sort of changes do you think we'll see in the future?
I would definitely agree with Terry Tao that there is a massive impact of AI in every field possible. It feels like the jet engine or sliced bread if you don't like jet engines, but it's certainly a massive opportunity. Saying that, the mathematics still has a lot of challenges. I've myself seen in my lecture series as well as my talks doing these mathematics problems for people in the audience to kind of go and get them done. And there are lots of errors which are formed. And obviously that requires a lot of knowledge in prompting because many times people just like do a simple prompt and expect to get the right answer, but we need to almost double check, triple check all the answers. And that can be done by AI, but it needs to be prompted the right way. And it's doing this because of pattern matching. It kind of gets the patterns a little bit wrong. It hallucinates a little bit, and that leads to all kinds of errors. And obviously with drug research and agriculture and science, we need to be sure that the answers are correct. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of time wasted and a lot of field experiments.
Yeah. I mean, one of the other kind of areas that you needed to be pretty, consistent and accurate is something like theoretical physics. So yeah, AI has been great at speeding up research, but it sometimes struggles with that kind of complex mathematics. What do you think can be done to make AI more reliable, especially when used for these important tasks? I mean, if you're looking at climate modeling or something like theoretical physics, an inaccurate something at the very beginning of the equation is going to impact everything. And I know, you probably had the same in high school maths. It's the model that makes sense, and you can still get correct, points for correct structure of your equation, even if the answer is wrong. But if we're looking at something like climate modeling, and that needs to be pretty damn accurate if we're going to be making decisions off of that.
Yes, absolutely. I do remember at high school and engineering lessons to kind of prove theorems. We had these massive theorems we could prove. Each were like 3, 4, 5 pages long. You write them down, prove a particular thought process. And as you said, you score for not only the right answer, but also the steps you kind of follow to get the answer.
Mm.
And the big challenge there is how quickly can you develop more powerful LLMs? The faster we can build better LLMs, the quicker we can get to better answers. But also, there's a big part which you can play, which is to feed the right data in to these during the training process, and also as users have the right prompts. Many a times, the prompts itself can make all the difference. And obviously, we like to have shortcuts in life. We write short prompts, and that's okay. But prompting is an engineering division pretty much now, because you need to really understand how do large language models react to shorter prompts. And if the prompts are not appropriate or not accurate, they will lead to wrong answers. I also feel there is an element of human intervention. There will be areas of science and mathematics where there will be professionals whose job will be to make sure that or double check the calculation done by AI tools. And there will be roles where you will have to be qualified in both AI and manual mathematics in order to get a
Yeah.
job. So that's coming our way for sure.
Yeah. Are we going to see a phase or a stage where you're using one AI model to maybe check the mathematics of another model? So you develop a proof or a theorem in ChatGPT, and you use something like Claude to double check the logic of that proof or theorem.
It's very possible. It's very possible that we have two different LLMs to do a joint work. It could also be possible that you actually run the same algorithm on two different LLMs and compare the answers at the end. And then if they're wrong, then ask the LLM to double check the answers. So recently, I've been doing some experiments where what we have done is we have actually, this is an exercise we do at one of the workshops on AI, and the answers are coming wrong constantly. And so what we did was we run the same algorithm on Claude and ChatGPT 4.0, and the answers were different. So we asked them, because the answers are different, to run the code again to make sure the answers are accurate, and it fixed the problem on both the LLMs. So it can get it right. It needs to be prompted to get it right. And it's very common nowadays that you bring in a mix of different algorithms or different LLMs to get the correct answer for you.
Now, using AI alongside tools that check mathematical proofs could really shake up how maths research is done. How do you think this combination will change the way mathematicians work, and what new possibilities might it create?
Well, it depends on how these tools are made, but absolutely important that these mathematic tools are run and in the right way, and using AI to make them better. I think it's going to help tremendously in the process of creating good, reliable solutions, mainly because soon we rely so much on AI for everything we do, to proving theorems, to running the algorithms, to running the answers, that if they're not accurate, there's a big challenge in the entire process we run through. So to get them to be more accurate is going to be very important. And I feel that in the coming months, we're focusing a lot on making everything foolproof and more reliable, because that's so important for us.
Yeah, yeah. Now, the final question I have, Tao talked about how AI could open maths research to more people and create new specialized roles. How do you think this could change the way scientists and mathematicians work together? And what new opportunity might it bring for different collaborators? Could someone who's not a maths or science, or let me put it this way, could this sort of technology open up STEM subjects for people who may not they understand the basic concepts but may not have the scientific or maths mind to follow through on a career?
Well, the short answer is absolutely yes. Big fat yes. And you would obviously expect me to say yes. But if I look at our own team, for instance, there used to be a time where We had some very creative people in our team who struggled with maths or maybe even language, for example, and they needed the AI to help them to achieve that. But that has actually not only allowed them to tell their ideas better, but also to fix some challenges they had with their own knowledge. And that was, for example, in content or mathematics or STEM knowledge. This can now be rolled out to a whole set of people who struggle with maths, for example, or sciences. And they can feed in the answers or win the questions and get the answers at the end of it. If it's reliable enough, they have the answers to some of the challenges, which will help them not only solve their STEM issues, but also issues which will fix other challenges for them, making them not 2x more effective, maybe 4x more effective, because now they have their own knowledge in the subject matter they're experts in, and this new STEM knowledge they have. Put them together, we can solve big, complex problems, which before we couldn't. I mean, right now, for example, I was looking at the other day, I went to have a coffee. I looked at a picture of Pepsi Cola from the 1910s. And I said, just replicate this image for me. Now, I can't draw, I can't paint, but I can now prompt better to get that kind of image. And with using some editing tools, I can create the same image which is there, available to myself, for which I can use in my business, in my work, in my experiments. And that makes me more effective. Now I don't need to pay somebody for it. I don't need to draw it myself. I don't need to go and learn to draw or to paint. And I've got the answer for me. So it's making me so many times more effective and efficient. And I don't need to learn a new skill completely. I can just do with what I have already. So this is a whole new opportunity level which every company will see in the coming years. Upskilling every team member with AI tools, giving them the superpower which perhaps they didn't have before.
Yeah. Amazing. Now, as AI continues to reshape maths and science, we're curious. What do you, our audience, think AI how do you think AI will impact the way we approach problem solving in the future? We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share them in the comments or with us on social media. And as always, if you enjoyed this discussion, please follow or subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss our upcoming episodes. And thank you, Raj. Until next time, I'm excited to see what AI has in store in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you, Megan, for the opportunity.